Story 1, The Intruder. I was 12 years old, and that night my older brother, Zach, left me home alone. Our parents were out, and we had just finished watching a scary movie. Zach decided to go meet his friends, promising he'd be back soon. Once he left, the house felt strangely quiet. I heard the front door open and close, and assumed it was him returning, but his car wasn't in the driveway. Then, I heard footsteps downstairs. They were slow and deliberate. My heart raced. I hid in my closet, barely breathing. Someone opened my bedroom door and started moving things around. Eventually, the sound stopped. When Zach returned later, we discovered the house had been burglarized. Electronics, jewelry, and other valuables were gone. Zach was punished for leaving me alone, but the fear of that night stayed with me for years. Even now, every time I hear a door slam or a footstep in the dark, I can't help but remember someone had been in my room, just a few feet away, and I never knew their name. Story 2, The Neighbor. I was staying in my grandparents' house when our neighbor, David, knocked on the door. I knew not to open the door for strangers, but I recognized him. He insisted he wasn't a stranger, and I let him in. Immediately, I noticed something was wrong. He smelled of alcohol and seemed off. Before I could react, David became aggressive and threatened me with a knife. Thankfully, my grandparents returned just in time and overpowered him. They never called the police, and David was never seen again. As I grew older, I sometimes wondered if my grandfather had taken matters into his own hands. Even today, the thought of that night gives me chills, and the fear that someone you think you know could be dangerous lingers in the back of your mind. Story 3, The Erratic Friend. I was 15, home alone during spring break, when my friend Mason called asking if he could drop off another friend, Neil, who needed a place to stay. I agreed, influenced by the promise of a weed pen. When Neil arrived, Mason whispered a warning not to do that thing. Neil's behavior became strange. He kept asking if the doors were locked, made odd gestures, and tried to grab a steak knife from the kitchen. I realized the danger and lured him outside, locking the door behind him. I called for help. Later, I found out Neil had taken drugs that triggered a schizophrenic episode. That night taught me how quickly things can go wrong. Sometimes I wonder how many times have we unknowingly let danger into our homes, thinking we knew the person we trusted. Story 4, The Hidden Figure. I was 10 years old, home alone, playing basketball outside when I noticed a shadowy figure staring at me from an upstairs window. I ran inside, calling out, but an unfamiliar voice answered, saying my name. Terrified, I ran outside and called my mom. She didn't believe me at first, but eventually called the police. They found nothing. Later that night, I woke up to see a tall, dark figure standing in my bedroom. I screamed, and the figure jumped out the window. The police were called again, but no one was found. The chilling part? The intruder had been in the house for hours and already knew my name. And even now, I sleep with the lights on because the thought that someone could be inside without leaving a trace is something that never truly leaves you. Some nights, I wonder about all the times we think we're safe at home, about the footsteps we don't hear, the shadows we ignore, the people we trust too easily. If you enjoyed these true childhood home alone nightmares, make sure to subscribe to EchoTales, because the real horrors are the ones that stay with you long after the lights go out.